Hello, Virgo. How are you? This is going to be your March. Oh, sorry about that. This is going to be your March reading for 2021. We're going to touch on your first house, which is self, your second house, your money, your fifth house of romance, okay? And they all tie together. They always do. Remember, this is a general, so let's go. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March, please, Spirit Guides. Can I have their first house? All right. So, pretty much you're feeling, well, you're starting to, which is probably to do with that Virgo full moon coming into effect. You're feeling pretty good and feeling confident. It feels like anything that you touch is blessed. Congratulations, you're probably one of the best readings so far. I seen my little orb friend. Anyways, this looks like you are overcoming some obstacles in your personal life, within your personal self. It's like you're getting more in touch with your spiritual side, which is therefore bringing you more blessings and more opportunities because you've been putting the work in, right? This is a yes for whatever question you've personally been working on that does not include other people. So that's good. All right? Yeah, a lot of motivation on your end. I'm digging that. Okay? It's like you're going to link up with spirit and people, which has a lot to do with technology. There's something about that. Okay. Just feeling very good. So let's keep that going. Let's see how your second house is, which is money and home. Okay. All right. So you've been a little confused about your sources of money. All right. But that's okay because you're literally relying on faith by also starting to get your motivation back. So that's why I said everything's always kind of linked together. So keep that in mind. Being in limbo right now, so if you've lost your job or you're in between jobs or you're trying to figure out how this all works and how this is all part of your plan because you just feel kind of aimless with some goals right now, you're gonna get that motivation very soon. I think when that full moon kicks in completely, which I honestly I can't remember the days of that right now. I have so much going on in my life, with trying to keep up with the readings and everything and my own finances. But that being said, the motivation is going to kick in. You are also kicking some kind of karmic cycle when it comes to do with how you handle money and home and finances. You're kicking that, okay? You're supposed to kind of do this alone. This is something you have to do on your own. And it has to do with watching how you spend your money. Where you're spending your money. Are you investing in anything? Because in 6 weeks, okay, there's going to be a massive shift in that department. You're going to learn you have to put your head down. You have to avoid anybody that tries to come, anything that kind of gets in your way right now. You're going to have the motivation coming very soon to put your head down and put the work in. And then it's like you get noticed, okay? Your efforts get noticed. So if you're feeling a little lost right now, it's just like you need to buckle down on your spending habits, learn to save. Where's your money going to? You know, is it things that you need? Things that are necessary? I'm sorry, my cards are literally falling everywhere. Now let's look at your fifth house, even though I see that that's something you have to do on your own. This is a general message and many people can pop into this. So, Virgo's fifth house, please. Of romance. Catalyst. Okay. So I think you recently dealt with someone who triggered you. Okay. And they pushed you into this new direction of doing things completely, I think, on your own for a little bit. It's like you're trying to get stable. I see that. You are realizing that you want more structure. You don't want like this flighty nature. It's literally like a giant shift. Someone has come in, they have triggered you, they have come on your path to do that. They are a literal catalyst. You can't be together right now. Both of you kind of have lessons. It's like you came into each other's life to teach each other spiritual things. especially about money and home and how you deal with people, how you deal with relationships. That pushes you into working with different people. That pushes you onto the path that you're supposed to be. It's completely different from what you're used to. Focusing more on yourself reflects back what you will accept in a partner. When you are strong and stable in yourself, Virgo, you reflect that back. Now, I do see a massive change yet again within the 6-week time frame for you. It's like you're supposed to go this alone for the next 6 weeks to 2 months of really organizing and doing things differently for yourself. There's a lot of toxic cycles linked to this partnership that ended on a bad foot. That's because you guys were not supposed to be together at this moment. You guys have different paths to go. It was like you both came into each other's worlds. Okay, this is, I mean, this could just be for a couple people. We both know how generals go. But something happened in your life, in your romance sector, that has literally shaken your world up and pushed you to a new direction. You're doing things that you never really thought that you would do, and this is a lesson. This is a lesson, Ashley. I feel like I'm talking to you and another Virgo. This is a lesson for you to learn to be stable on your own. Because this person came into your path to push you on that new direction. That is the provoker. That is the catalyst move. That is to put you on the path that you were supposed to be on. Okay? What's the block? What's the illusion? Okay, there are too many mood swings, and that is your block. That is kind of what keeps messing up your money flow. Again, how you manifest things, how you talk to people, your interactions with people, that's your block. And that makes complete sense of this whole turning events and getting more stable within that and becoming more confident in what you do. There's also a lot of online interactions yet again. So be careful. It's like what you think you're doing at this very moment is your blessing, your life purpose, but this is actually the beginning of it. And in 6 weeks, you're going to be pushed further. And it has everything to do with this past relationship. There's a lot of mood swings going on, and they're saying they're going to fluctuate, especially under this moon. So just breathe. Breathe. Try to make sure you have a steady routine. You're saving money because things are kind of going everywhere to push you to where you need to be. Don't get into arguments. Okay, I'm going to clarify your first house and so forth, okay? Yeah. Your first house is about feeling fulfilled through work. You choosing to finally fulfill your calling through work. It has everything about doing the bigger picture and online ventures through the internet. It's all about not giving in to your toxic ways because you stop your flow with your mood swings. You're supposed to look at the bigger picture of that, and that's when you step into your power. That's when you start to get more abundant. All right? Let's look at your second house. Yeah. So someone likes to sit around at night and smoke and like contemplate life, but it's like you got to get a better routine, figure out where your money's going, and kind of, you know, stop lying to yourself in a sense, or stop letting other people come in and like interrupt that flow, because it's like it's putting too much burden in the way of your money. It's putting too much burden on you. And if you were just to get a better routine and save a little bit, you would be way better off. But it's like you're so used to letting these people and things come in that look too good to be true to help you out. And that's because it is. I don't know who the hell that's for. Alright, but you're supposed to do a lot of reflection, and it's like nighttime is probably the best time for you to work instead of not. It's like the routine, setting up the routine. It seems to all be going in. I know I've seen something for Virgos in like the year 2021 was all about focusing on your work. Alright, let's look at your 5th house. Alright. It's like you feel defeated with this past relationship, and I feel like it's past, like it just happened, or you're in the middle of it. Like, you thought that was the one, you thought you'd found them, because that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like, and I get that because they were a catalyst. I'm getting a very sharp pain in my head right now. There. Yeah, someone is definitely a mother. But it ended up being just like, they tried to tell you what to do. And like, someone just stopped putting effort in. Has a lot to do around a child. And I don't know why I'm picking up like science. Science. But this again affected your money. It affected your stability. It affected you being able to do this. There was a giant connection, but someone was very blind to their own toxic ways of how they tried to manipulate a situation. They had choices as well. Too many people were in the mix. So everyone had to walk away. So you could rebuild and look at your own toxic patterns and come into your own. But you keep being your own interference. You're not really learning the lessons right now that are being put out in front of you, and it has everything to do with your anxiety, how you communicate with people, how you let these people come into your life, which is affecting your mentality, is affecting your stability. And you're supposed to have a little bit of strength to just put a little more elbow grease in. And it's like an epiphany. And finally putting, you know, those boundaries in place for you to be successful in your own life, because it looks like a lot of in and out energy that you're needing to look at within yourself in a routine. Probably not what you want to hear, but I'm the realist. The realist. Whatever. You got a lot of motivation and happiness coming, right? Success if you get out of your own way. I think this is just something to do with you right now. Like, you can't have a stable partnership or business until you're stable within yourself and you change some of these routines up. Okay, now I'm going to pull some of these dark shadow cards to see. Virgo. The other readings, I was like totally dizzy. I was like, too many messages were trying to come in. It's like, okay, so I just picked up a lot of excuses and insecurities and not feeling, you know, you're feeling disconnected. You're feeling like everyone tries to force things on you, and you're forgetting that you're very powerful. Okay, you're supposed to take that power back for yourself, love. I want that to focus. Why is it not? Anyways. Okay, and still I'm picking up like this nighttime vibe. You've let these people come in and almost destroy your peace, your foundation of yourself. And that's why you're supposed to disconnect from everyone and just kind of pick that working. Because it's like you pick up people who, they are very secretive. They're not open like you. They end up being very forceful and then make you feel, you know, what's the point? And that is your warning. Yeah, you got someone who's trying to literally pry in on you. They don't have faith, and that's why you're supposed to walk away, right? Walk away because they're making you feel empty. these people that you have surrounded yourself with, lovers, coworkers, whatever, have made you feel empty and made you feel like you need someone to fill that void within yourself. And this is the lesson about the stability and being very strong within yourself and putting the work in for you and to walk away from those types of people. That's the dramatic change that I'm picking up. So I really hope this message is finding you, okay? Because we cannot be in strong, stable relationships if we are not confident in who we are. And those people, those catalyst people, they can literally come along and knock the most stable person off who's given all their trust on the ground. But I've learned within those moments, because it's happened, I am human, that's when we find our real power. That's when we learn this lesson. That's when we stand back up and we become even stronger. But there is someone lingering in your background. That's why I feel that's a past person. Their light was literally misguided. There is a light. That's why I know you guys are you're supposed to have met each other. You were supposed to have met each other. However, their light is very misguided. They have one. But it's like a narcissistic one. They're not really there. They thought they were. They're unavailable. There's lessons to learn for you guys to come back together. They're very empty. They think they are of higher spiritual mind and they are not. And they projected their fears onto you. Very dependent. Someone is very dependent in this. I don't like that. I don't like dependency. You got to remember who you are. You got to be very stable within yourself. Because then someone can knock you off, you know, and then you're forced to start all over. Alright, I want to get some personal advice for you. Right, you got a lot of inspiration, love. There's some sunny things coming back through again. There's be a lot of inspiration that hits you. A lot of motivation, inspiration. So when that strikes, you need to use it. Okay? It's all about trusting yourself and kind of kicking those energies out. Yeah, that is literally being guided. So I always think of Virgo when I pull this card. Because of all my friends and everything. That is going against the grain, going against the normal. It's like you can see birds swimming in the water and the fish flying in the sky. You're not supposed to do what other people tell you. You're supposed to have that inner trust within yourself, right? It's almost like you've been trying to please other people. You've almost forgotten who you are. You're supposed to go back to that. Yes. And release this wound that other people have placed inside of you. That is not your energy. That is not yours to have. That is not your wound. You're being given like literal inspiration, insight. Okay, it's like new birth. New birth. You're supposed to follow your own rhythm because you have ancestors literally coming through in your dreams, trying to show you who you are. And it may be a little scary, you may be hearing things, but it's like you have to release that fear in order to get that flowing. Okay. I ran from it all the time when I was younger because I always thought the demons came, the bad things came. But the more I embraced it, the more I could control that. Alright, so if you haven't hit the subscribe button, do so. Please, for your fellow Earth sign. And if you need a more direct message, which are completely different from these general reads, my information is down below. And I'll catch you later.